And we are live. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for your patience. If you're watching live, obviously started much later than planned. That is entirely on me. I've been fiddling about with my technical and my lighting setup, and it took way longer than I expected. But if you're catching this on demand, welcome everyone to another brand new episode of System Link. I'm joined, as always, by my co-host, Mike Hazelton from the Xbox Guide. Mike, good evening. Welcome. Thank you for your patience too, because you've just been hanging about while you've been waiting for me all night. So thank you, bud. How are you doing?
Yeah, pretty good. It's okay. I was doing some website stuff, so yeah.
Well,
no big deal.
I mean, you are cooking up the Xbox Guide right now. It must be on the cusp. We're losing our camera
a week
feed.
away, I think.
Good start.
This time next week.
This is a great start.
Something to show.
Oh, sorry. I was too busy dealing with my more wonky setup. My camera was cutting out there. Let's just make sure that is all working, and then we can get to that. Can I now do that? Is that going to fix it? There we go. Okay, so it wants it to be here. Otherwise, it craps out. That is absolutely fine. Boom. There we go. Apologies, folks. I think we're now all sorted. Right, Mike, sorry, you were saying you are on the cusp. You've obviously been working behind the scenes. You're launching. It's fair to say you've said this already publicly, I think, that you're launching in beta. Is that correct?
Yeah, there'll be some features that I would probably want to have in the final release. It's all a bit redundant. Like it will just be a website that I'm adding features to. It might be a bit wonky to begin with. So I'm calling it a beta, but hopefully this time next week it will be live.
Yeah, nice. Well, that's really exciting. We'll obviously be making sure to shout that out across all our various platforms. We're at Burly Bird Media on everything now, plus also our Brandly? Oh, that just sums up tonight. It's our brand new Discord server as well. We'll be making sure we're shouting it out in there as well. But that brings us to this evening. So we're going to kick off tonight, embracing the fact that we're now on summer break right now, and that in terms of release schedules, we get this huge gap in the year typically where we don't get a huge amount of massive new releases. It's a great time of year to be getting to our backlogs. And I know particularly now with my day job being a teacher is that I get to have those summer holidays. I get to, get away from marking mock papers and lesson planning for a minute. This is a rare opportunity for me to actually get caught up on some stuff that I've wanted to get back into, but haven't had a chance to finish. My backlog game is actually from a friend of mine who has just started streaming this himself, actually. He just started streaming this online. Sifu, which was a PlayStation timed exclusive for a minute there and has now since come to other platforms. Absolutely brilliant third-person combat. You sort of feel like you're actually John Wick, just if you take just the martial arts aspect of those films. It was a brilliant game when I first played it. I must have got like a good 2 hours in, really enjoying all the sort of little touches, the things like the DualSense. They had a feature where you could feel like the raindrops as you were going outside. It was sort of a nice little sort of bit of haptic feedback. Really nice ideas in that game, and it just, for whatever reason, just fell by the wayside. I didn't get a chance to pick it up again. And that is definitely something I'm wanting to get back to. Is there anything particularly on your backlog that you think is kind of top of your list?
Nothing that I've particularly got the time to play because I'm doing the website and I'm not on a summer break. So, or actually, my summer break equivalent is less free time because of the kids are being off school. But I've got a weird hankering to play Starfield again, which I hadn't really felt for a while. And it's not to do with the DLC coming out or anything like that. It just the quality of life stuff will be nice, but I just feel something pulling me back into it. So I'll probably give that another go. I did want to do finish Outer Worlds before Avowed. Obviously, completely different stories and everything, but I've obviously got, as we'll get to, got a bit more time now for that one. So probably, Starfield will be my focus when I get the chance.
Next on your list. It's such a big ask. I think a game like that, much like Cyberpunk, The Witcher, though, some of certainly the more recent Assassin's Creed games, so many of them are such a time sink for a lot of people, so it can be really, really tricky to keep on top of that stuff. I
think I with Bethesda games, or at least like Elder Scrolls, Fallout, Starfield, I do okay dropping in, doing like quite a big quest, and then dropping out again for a while. Oblivion took me over 10 years to do a single playthrough, but I was playing it like consistently every couple of months. I was putting a few hours in a few sittings. So it's slightly more complex because of the space combat, but I'm hoping if I can get back in and pick it up easily enough, it will just be that sort of game that I drop in and out of. I'm not going to complete it anytime soon, but just dipping into the big quest that they've crafted nicely, as opposed to some of the smaller ones or the randomly generated planetary stuff. It'll be all focused on the story, I think.
Yeah, nice. It can be so easy to get sucked into those sort of the diversions, those tangents. I know that Assassin's Creed also does that with me. I'm very tempted to sort of go off and just explore, see what sort of random events come up, but then you feel like you've not actually made any meaningful progress. You might have had a great time doing that, but you haven't actually made any sort of like tangible progress in the campaign. So I hear you on that. I think that's a good shout. Such a demand on our time, though, especially when you've got, we both have our fatherly responsibilities to have to balance with our, to throw into that mix and somehow make it work. So I think, although having said that, I think picking a game has been my great takeaway from certainly this last year or so of playing games. Certainly single player myself has been commit to one, just play the one game. My streams perhaps would contradict that, because I've been doing little sort of opening hours of various different games, Another Crab's Treasure, Still Wakes the Deep. There's been a few I've done now, maybe just the first 45 minutes to an hour of, but if it's my own private single player gaming, I've been very much sticking to my guns and just playing one thing at a time. And that's definitely really helped me feel like I'm actually boxing some stuff off, which is always good to have. That you mentioned, obviously, chance to maybe finish the Outer Worlds as well, given that we now have a delay finally confirmed, that it's always been rumoured, but a delay to one of Xbox's big first-party games at the end of this year, which is Avowed. That is now coming February? Have I got that right? I think it's February. Live fact check. So that obviously now, given that it was already looking pretty stacked at the end of the year, I think it's a sensible move. My concern obviously would be that, say, if indie slipped as well, we may end up looking a bit thin on the ground from Xbox first party, separately obviously from any of the Bethesda stuff or any of the strategy game stuff or Call of Duty. There's still stuff coming out, but I think you really need Xbox to not drop the ball again on a holiday release schedule. You gotta have those first party heavy hitters, and Obsidian would definitely be one of those. So the fact that that's now slipped, let's make sure indie is on track and actually coming out on time. Obviously disappointing to have to wait a bit longer, but my stance on delays has always been it's gonna hopefully lead to a better product, so give them the chance to cook. Space Marine 2 I think has really enjoyed the benefit of that extra time that it's had. It nearly 9 months delay, which is quite unusual for a game that looked like it was almost ready to release at the end of last year. How are you feeling about Avowed now that we've now got confirmation that it's pushed?
It's a shame because it was my most anticipated game, probably before Fable. And indie doesn't interest me that much from what it's fine, but it just Avowed could be quite an important game for me personally, whereas I don't see indie doing that. So, and I also imagine that indie has had slightly less time than Avowed, but maybe that's just perception. Based on what we've seen, we saw gameplay for Avowed so long ago that you imagine it's been in development for longer. We don't know, but so I would have preferred indie to be pushed. I also think indie is maybe more important because it's got that slightly more cross appeal than Avowed. Avowed is quite niche. Indie can obviously cut across. There'll be PlayStation fans that want to play an Indiana Jones game. So they definitely need to get it right. I think if indie launches and it's got some of the Bethesda problems that they tend to have, that will be will have been a poor decision to replace push Avowed instead. But
and very problematic.
Maybe I mean, you imagine Avowed has had some issues.
Yeah.
We don't know. Obviously, Xbox was saying, it's to give you time to work on your backlog. It's just stupid. I hate the Xbox social media accounts. It would have been nice to actually have more of a heartfelt message. Sometimes you get the message from the developers like, to all our fans, we're sorry, but we want to put some more time into the work, just polishing it up so it's as good as it can be. I don't know if they've actually put out a statement like that, but all I've seen is, here's our release schedule. Oh, by the way, Avowed's moved because
perhaps
of the
a little
backlog.
flippant
It's just a bit
from Xbox there. Just
it
a
is
bit
flippant
dismissive.
because if you're a big Obsidian fan, and you've got history with the series, and it's your most anticipated game of the year, and they're just like, we've just moved it, so you've got some more time to play Indiana Jones. It's like, I don't even want to play Indiana Jones.
Yeah, and that's tricky, isn't it? I think the Bethesda problem particularly happens when you get some of their bigger titles, the open world stuff, the Skyrims, the Fallouts, etc., and obviously Starfield as well. Traditionally, I feel like their smaller scale, their Dishonored's, their Preys, that stuff tends to come out the gate a little stronger. And I know that Wolfenstein, both the co-op sequel one and also the original of those reboot series that Machine Games produced, generally came out in a pretty polished, decent state because they are so much, more focused experiences and perhaps a smaller scale. That would give me hope, I think, for indie, even though obviously I think perhaps sometimes the notion of it being such a big license, whether the license is relevant as much as it was now, I think is still a fair debate. But it is still a big license with Disney to have that being made into a fully fledged, well, as of now, Xbox and PC exclusive. We still don't really have proper clarity on what that's going to look like moving forward, but they do need to get this one right. It sits really nicely alongside Call of Duty as being a very different experience, and I am surprised we haven't got a date on it yet. Now that Avowed is pushed, that would have been a good time for them to kind of come out and say, well, it's December. We've
Yeah,
got
so
it. It's December.
that's a bit of the concern around, is it ready? Because why wouldn't you have
Oh, I've lost you for a second
put a
there.
release date out?
Sorry, Mike, hold on. I lost you for a second there. Sorry, say that again.
Just saying, that was part of the concern, is that we don't have a release date on it, and you'd imagine if it's close to going gold or it's gone gold, like it shouldn't be far off now if we're getting it in the next few months. Why haven't we got a release date? What are they holding that back for? Bit of a strange one. Considering we had a precise avowed release date. Well, you know, they leaked one on their website. I don't know if that was ever confirmed, but now we've got a precise date in February.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was never. It was never
Weird.
confirmed. That November leak from their website was never actually announced as a thing, and then it's been pushed. It was always 2024, and now it's been given a specific 25 release date. But everything else, I think, apart from it's Shattered Space, the Starfield expansion, and Indie that we're now waiting for specific dates on for this year, and possibly Towerborn as well. I think Towerborn's still just the year in its current. I think.
Yeah, there were two. There was definitely Indie and one other, and maybe it was Towerborn that was unconfirmed.
I think ultimately it's going to make it a better game, and if it does, as flippantly as that perhaps was handled, if it does get it out of the way, and it perhaps was looking a little quiet in the first quarter of next year, I think they had enough. There is enough still coming out at the end of this year that one title I think can slip.
Totally. It was a busy end of the year. You wonder if they were expecting something in Q1 of next year that's moved. You know, obviously they haven't announced anything moving, but we've got a few things on the slate for next year. Maybe something is now going to be the end of the year instead of the first half of the year, and it just made sense to move Avowed,
or even just like
if it was.
Yeah, even if it was like a couple of months delay, like I could see something like Doom slipping from, say, March to May, because that would push it out of the financial year, but it's not like a massive push overall on the calendar, so that having Avowed in that February slot just buffers whatever that internal delay may or may not have been.
I'd like to see some proper gameplay of Indie, because we still haven't seen like more than, I don't think we've even seen 30 seconds of consistent gameplay without them cutting, you know, manufacturing the shots to make it look filmic. So I'd like to see the actual gameplay. I mean, we know what it's going to be like because of Wolfenstein, but I've also seen a lot of people talking about like what an amazing lineup it is. But the first half of this year has been terrible again from Xbox, considering Hellblade critically reviewed pretty well, but did pretty badly from what we can tell. And there's not been anything else, is there, on the Xbox side?
No, not particularly.
You know, we're in August. It's going to be a good end to the year, but also a lot of that is DLC, and it always bothers me slightly when platform holders are like, look at all these DLC packs we've got coming out at the end of the year. It's not a game, is it? If you don't like Starfield, if you've dropped out off Starfield, I'm not going back into Starfield because of the DLC. I have no interest in that until I've basically completed the game, other than if they happen to add vehicles at the same time, which won't be part of the DLC anyway. So yeah, it's a bit, and some of them are, Age of Mythology is very obscure. That is again not got massive appeal. Flight Sim's probably not got massive appeal. So it's Indie and Black Ops really that are the big hitters, which is enough. But I just think, I don't think you can want to give too much credit to Xbox, because the first half of the year's just been dead, even compared to PlayStation, who have been slated for, you know, not having any big releases, and they've had a pretty good year.
And pretty consistently too with their sort of second party partnerships. They've done very well leveraging them. So just switching gears now, we've obviously got another big sort of seasonal update coming to a game that I'm still very much connected to, which is Apex Legends. Now in its 22nd season since it was first shadow dropped. What we're seeing from them, I think, consistently is that it might take a minute, but they do address those community concerns. We finally got crossplay. We then eventually got our cross progression. They've done a really nice job, I think, of adding new modes, new maps as well. We're getting another one of those in this new update. So a new sort of battle royale map is coming. It's 5th, I believe, in total now, which is really great. And they have them on rotation as well. So rather than it being like a single map that evolves, or they have like the old maps go away, they have them just rotating every few hours. You get to play on a different map, which is really, really, really nice. Keeps it fresh. Couple of the sort of headline changes to this season, which I'm particularly interested in, are to do with the visibility around enemies. So that now, when you've done damage to someone, you'll see a health bar above the player.
Oh, cool. That's a big change.
Yeah, and they also will get a red highlight around them too, to give them just a little bit more of a pop from the environment, because the environments are so colourful and so detailed. Some of those also very colourful characters can accidentally camouflage in some situations, especially with the sheer number of skins that every character has that you can then choose from. So really nice actually to have that push for combat visibility. And they have also addressed the balance of it too, because the second you stop making like line of sight with them, the health bar and the highlight goes away. So if they do drop behind cover, you have to be line of sight and shooting them in order for those things to be popping up, which is a nice way, I think, of handling balance.
Yeah, that's really cool. And also a bit of a fuck you to Call of Duty with the basically black skins where you can just hide in the shadows and stuff. Obviously, if someone's not shooting you, you would still be able to do that to an extent, but the focus on visibility is a really nice nice touch.
And a really sort of appreciated change, because it's something that often gets forgotten about this far into a game's seasonal updates, and most games don't make it this far. You know, the fact that it's been able to go on for so long, and now to the point where they're not actually, we know it's season 22, but it isn't branded as such. It is given just a subtitle. So it's trying to sort of, I think, make it a little bit less intimidating for people, you know, because Fortnite, you know, with its Chapter 4, Season 3, it can become very, very convoluted and tricky to sort of understand where you are, where you're coming into it, and sort of making that barrier to entry quite tough to navigate. So that's one sort of really big change. A couple of little minor ones that I really like is they've, you know, the classic piddlers, the Mozambiques, which are those tiny little sort of piddly shotguns, and the P2020s, which was always my favourite pistol in the game, can now be dual-wielded. They're called the Akimbos. And you can, if you pick a second one up, you see the character like this, dual-wielded. It increases the fire rate of both guns, and it's a nice way, I think, of having to make a bit of a sacrifice. You know, you're choosing to pick up a weaker gun, but now if you do find a second one, you now have the option of dual-wielding those two weapons. So that's quite a nice change, I think, to see them experiment with that. But it's continuing to go from strength to strength. I really, really like the next-gen version of the game. It runs well. It looks fantastic on non-current-gen platforms. And seeing them continue to be sort of very proactive in the community. There was a big escalation of cheating that was happening in a previous season, and also still some sort of persistent audio problems where directional footsteps weren't perhaps quite as clear and crisp as they could be. Call of Duty, that's something they do very well already. Warzone has fantastic positional audio, but they're listening, and a lot of that stuff is being addressed in this new season, which came out yesterday. So just really positive stuff coming out of Apex, and it's certainly going to give me a reason to check it out later this week. So that will be potentially on the cards for another Burly Bird live as well on a Monday. So.
Yeah, definitely. I've always liked watching your Apex streams. It'll be cool to see. Is the new map going to be in rotation for longer, or will they just stick to their normal thing?
Yes, so that you'll sort of see it sort of come up. I think, I don't know whether they're doing it this time, so this I'd need to check out. But in seasons past, they've made like the first week just the new map, if they've got a new map launching with that particular. It doesn't happen every season, but if they've got a new map launching with the update, then they'll have that in sort of on for like 7 days, and then they'll begin the rotation. Excuse me.
It's good to see them continue evolving the game, because I think there's always a reluctance to, you know, disturb the meta, or you know, they've added entirely new features into Apex, which I know Fortnite kind of has, but a lot of these games will feel they have to have like a classic mode or something for the people that want the original experience. So I do, for a game that's been around for this many seasons. I think it's important that they iterate on it as much as they can.
Absolutely, and the changes are continuing to evolve beyond that too. They might have listened to the community, put something out, they've iterated, but then they're also gathering feedback again, and that cycle continues in perpetuity. That's the thing that's going to keep that game engaging. It's going to make it people feel like they're being listened to, and ultimately it's going to lead to a better end result for them. Just going to hit pause just for a second because headset is dying. I just got the angry sound effect about that, so let me just sort my life out. With you in a second. Now tethered to my system link, which is great. So yeah, that's really, really promising. And actually something else that we've sort of seen in the last few days or so since our previous system link was THQ held their now yearly showcase. They typically do this around sort of just after Summer Game Fest. It tends to be sort of after that. It's kind of the noise has died down on that. But before Gamescom, they like to get some stuff in because often they'll have playable demos at the show floor out in Germany. And a couple of things really, really caught my eye from this. We're getting a second Wreckfest game. And the thing that really sort of caught my attention was the addition of split screen to a game like this, a classic sort of arcade
So rare nowadays.
racer. So rare. There's a game, I forget the title of it, but it was a PC title that has now been ported to console that had sort of very Burnout-esque kind of vibes. And that recently and that has split screen in it too. It was just so nice to see them make this part of this announcement and sort of make that sort of clear statement that we are shooting for that local multiplayer experience as well as online. Just looks really, really polished, and I know that there's quite a dedicated community around Wreckfest. So to see them sort of coming back around to that, they've got so much IP. You know, they're not quite Embracer with their spending spree, but at least with THQ, they do stuff with their IP. We see AA, AAA games come out of those studios regularly throughout every single year, and they've got such a treasure trove of stuff to work with now. Seeing that, you know, it's such a shame that they don't have access to Saints Row or Red Faction. That went with Volition when Embracer took them on, and obviously Volition, sadly, after 30 years, no more. It's really nice that THQ are continuing to mine their back catalogue. They're actually using these, for the most part, quite, you know, a lot of them are quite dormant IPs. Gothic coming back and being remade is sort of slightly bizarre and really surprising from them. And then the other side, the other thing that was teased at the end of the showcase was the return of Darksiders. We've had 3 of those titles. I have they're a bit of a guilty pleasure for me. I do have a little place in my heart for the Darksiders games, and I'm desperate now that this is looking like not a remake, but it will be a 4th title, completing the 4 horsemen in their mythology. Really, really hoping that we get a campaign co-op in a game like this. You could imagine the other horsemen dropping in to help out. Darksiders Genesis, which was the top-down version of Darksiders, was a 2-player co-op game, but I'd love a third-person, semi-open world version of that cooperative support. We didn't get any confirmation about, you know, exactly what this game is. Everyone's assumed that it's Darksiders 4, but the fact that they treated this like their one more thing, which shows you that they are giving it the importance. These Gunfire games are great dev. Desperados 3, one of their best. So really, really nice to see them, again, just really diving into their back catalogue and bringing back these games. Do you have any history with Darksiders or Wreckfest or any of this? Because I know that I don't think it's crossed our path together. But I was just curious if you had any history with it.
Yeah, I've lost you.
Oh, I've lost you too.
Can you hear me?
There we go. I think you're back now. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Getting some wonky internets tonight with our connection.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have a history of Darksiders, but it looks. I do like the. Certainly like the idea of co-op. Wreckfest is much more. Yeah, we personally played a lot of Flat Out back in the day.
Yes.
I'd like it to go slightly more back towards the racing element, but that it looks great. I love the physics engine, and it's nice to be getting another game in that series for sure. So yeah, definitely one to watch out for.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I wanted to kind of wrap up our podcast segment tonight with another indie shout out. It's actually due on early access August 13th on PC and eventually coming to consoles potentially at a later date, which is Level Zero Extraction. This is an asymmetric multiplayer co-op game where you, as a team, are trying to go into these sort of not randomly generated, but the maps have a bit of an AI director style vibe to them. You're going in, you're extracting materials, while another team is playing as a series of creatures designed to hunt you down. Not essentially a very original concept, but a lot of the mechanics in it really, really show that kind of indie special sauce, whether you just throw something into the mix, gives it its own flavor. Something we did some coverage recently on thatHITBOX, which is a division of our Burly Media company. We were looking at a tweet that they put out recently where they mentioned it hadn't ever been sort of discussed before, but how the extraction elevators, once you've gathered all your resources and you've made it to the exit, they are weight sensitive. So if, for example, you've really gone for it and you've stuck around for as long as you can in a map, you've gathered as much as you can, you may potentially have to make a sacrifice and decide to stay behind and wait for the elevator to come back down, increasing that risk of you, so that one of your players can take everything and extract with it. So there's some really nice having to make some tough choices there, which I really like. I also like too that they've gone for a very sort of grounded sci-fi setting and aesthetic. They're not doing anything particularly stylized. It looks very corporate and very much sort of what you'd expect from, say, something like the Aliens or Prometheus film spin-offs. And I remember seeing this when it was first shown very, very early days, and they've really doubled down on the asymmetric mechanics. So now you've got multiple different classes of creatures that you can choose, very much evoking the Left 4 Dead experience there, but in a much tighter setting, which I really like. I believe there's also an element of PvP within that as well, so I think there can be potentially more squads at once, and there is also a betrayal mechanic in there too, so which kind of leverages a bit like the Division's Dark Zone. So there's a lot going on with Level Zero Extraction, and it's the kind of game I really hope does find a success. They're up to 100,000 wish lists on Steam now, so they're in a really good place, and hopefully we'll see them continue to carry forward that success when the game launches August 13th. So coming soon. So that will about do it now for our System Link podcast segment. We'll be returning shortly. Mike and I playing some Valorant, which we're absolutely obsessed with right now. It's been one of our absolute favourite games of the last few months. So we've got that going on. And we'll be back shortly. We'll see you in a moment's time. And we are back. We're playing some Valorant. Mike just had to step away for a short minute. Just had some fatherly duties to tend to. So we're going to jump in and play some of the Swift Play, which is nice and smooth. Great for streaming, obviously, because it doesn't go on forever. So we're going to jump in. A little bit of Swift Play. Absolutely loving this right now. We've got our... On Monday, we did our last Burly Bird live stream.
We
started mixing up some different characters, and I forget her name. I'm gonna see if hopefully she's free now. I want to give it a go. Really enjoyed her playstyle, so I'm hoping we can jump back in and try that. There she is. Yeah, Deadlock. It's very much about sort of zone control and you know, blocking off certain flanking routes. I really like her ultimate, which is this thing, the Annihilation. This nano wire that grabs enemies, pulls them in. Really, really cool. So, very promising there. Just going to check my camera balance as well, just because I think the lighting is crazy at the moment. Yeah, that is coming in very, very bright. Yeah, still got some work to do, I think, to configure my setup. So it's not quite so overwhelming.
Together, friends, we can do anything. We can save the world.
Cheeky flank. Hopefully they. Of course not. Actually, I am gonna lock this route down.
Blocking movement.
Oh, they're here.
Throwing net.
Oh, well played. They got right round me. Too busy thinking about my abilities, I think.
Turrets destroyed.
Maniac with the spread fire there. Aim down the sights. What are you doing?
One
Oh,
dead.
GRB with a finish.
Here.
One more behind them. Good communication.
Reloading.
Spike down A.
2 on 2.
Spikes A.
One enemy
Reyna
remaining.
killed.
Nice.
Last player standing.
Ooh,
30 seconds left.
good flash. Yeah, good use of the flash. They're off the wall as well. Very nice.
Charge and shoot. Easy enough.
We go in the same direction, I think.
Turret out. You better run, Sova. Barrier deployed.
Here we're coming behind.
Enemy spotted B.
Let's see if I can get on the flank.
You fought
Well, my ultimate is ready. Enemy spotted A.
Oh, they're on the far side.
Last player standing.
Should have known. Didn't read the room.
everyone note down
Little
your
Irish dance to
observations, then
celebrate
let's
their
run it again.
their demise there. That's fantastic. Yeah, I kind of want to block this route off again.
Yes,
I think.
yes.
Placing sentry. Barrier deployed.
Yeah.
Enemy A. The hunt begins. Spotted A.
Been scanned. Let's try and get rid of that flank. Our wall's still up.
Duck. Enemy spotted A. Here.
Last player standing.
That spike will be going down. Just push through my wall.
Spike planted.
Good riddance.
One enemy remaining.
3 down. Ultimate ready.
With the clutch. I didn't breathe. I bet my serious face was quite something then. Boom.
I know how to fend for myself.
Last round before the switch.
Use everything you have. We lose it anyway. Affirmative.
Yeah, I think I'll stick with the Phantom. Yes, please.
Turret out.
You want to play? Let's play.
Enemy spotted A. Many enemies B.
Hold them to their grave. Reeling them in. Three down. Here.
One of my best plays ever. There you go. Ooh.
Enemy spotted A.
One enemy remaining.
Nice.
Spike down A.
Here. Here. Sound sensor up. Sensor down. Blocking swamp.
Good push. Oh, I got him.
And that was your best.
Oh.
Huh?
That's how it's done. I got 4
Switching
kills in that
sides.
last round. Getting it done.
Even with numbers, anything can still happen. Remember that.
They're keeping me humble.
Over there. Rush them. Yes. Over there. Yes. Here.
At least they're responding.
Yes. Fulfill our mission. Blocking movement. Take this. Enemy spotted A.
Oh.
Enemy spotted A.
Didn't see the left flank as well. Too busy focusing on what's in front of me.
Spike
tough.
down A.
Nice.
Last player standing.
Oh, on the flank on both sides.
Go, go, go.
Use the ability, but...
Go.
Oh!
Go, go, go.
I'm impressed they actually got away with that. Only 45 health though. Reload. Get your reload done. Go on the other side.
Gotta go.
30 seconds left.
You didn't actually pick up the spike. It's 2-on-1. You got to get. It's gonna be tough.
Ten seconds left.
If you picked up the spike and dropped it, could have at least got a sudden death. Ah, silly.
I'm out of here. I hate to say it,
I'm
but
back.
probably best to play as a team.
Mongoose.
So,
Sorry
what's the
about that.
plan?
General, that's alright.
How are your MVPs?
Oh man, I had a barnstormer a couple of rounds
Oh, yeah?
ago. 4 kills. I popped 2
Take your word
kills,
for it.
and then it's on stream.
Or
and
maybe
then,
maybe the chat can come in and just let us know.
yeah, I'm lying.
Verification.
And And then I used my ultimate, tethered someone up.
Oh shit. Who are you playing as?
I've forgotten her name.
Someone else, not Breach.
No, not Breach. I'm playing as a character that I tried out live, actually, on Monday. Hadn't played as them before. And loved them. So I've stuck with it.
Oh. Excuse me.
Gonna get a spike planting. Ooh. Ooh, red alert.
Barrier deployed. Spike planted.
Don't know how good my barrier was there.
Last player standing.
Oh, no way. Oh. It just got absolutely piddled. So we're nearly done here, Mike, and then I'll get you in.
Oh, that's alright, no worries.
So I've still got, I think, to work on some of my lighting for gameplay, because obviously the light changes so often. So right now, like, I'm like, some shots are really overexposed, some aren't. So I've got to find a way to kind of even that up. I am sitting quite close to the monitor as well, so I think because I'm charging, I think I'd rather sit a bit further back. So I've got some wonkiness still to work out, I think.
Yeah.
Because right now it doesn't look too bad. It's just in certain scenes, certain lighting, it just like really, really overexposes.
The hunt begins.
That's a very powerful ability. Someone who keeps like completely suppressing all of my abilities. Oh, double kill though. Oh, let's go for the triple. Got cocky. 3 on 1. Come on, finish him off. Come on. Don't just walk to your. Oh, okay.
Just hiding, aren't they?
Ah, yeah. And they just
Jesus.
walked to their death. Horrific.
Recalling my bot.
Recalling my bot.
Spikes down. Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out.
What the hell's that? Well, that was horrific, and I'm so glad that they somehow recovered that, because that was not good.
Prepare yourselves. We fight once again.
Right. Gonna do a little flanky, I think.
Over there. Yeah. It begins.
Yeah, I forgot her name. I did check it at the beginning, but I've forgotten it. So, but this is definitely one I'm going to stick with
You
tonight.
want to play? Let's play.
It really throws me that you can't see their names until you select them, I don't think, can you?
No,
And
that's right.
So you're like blindly picking people
Yeah.
that look vaguely like the character that you want.
Yeah, that you think is correct.
Enemy spotted. Enemy B. Here. Plant the spike.
Spike down. C.
Oh, they've opened the door.
Good map, this one.
Yeah, I got a little cheeky one there.
Enemy C.
Oh! Oh!
I got spike.
Last player standing.
Oh shit!
Spike down. C.
To their grave. Reeling them in.
Love this.
I've got your trail.
So they can destroy that, but they failed. Got the tether.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, go for the clutch! Yes!
Ayuten couldn't kill me. What chance did
Got
they
the
have?
ace. Ace, ace, ace.
Sudden death.
You could let some of us help, Deadlock. Just an idea.
That's a bit of a shitty thing to say to me. You could let some of us help. Well, I'm too busy helping you. Alright? Too busy popping them.
Here.
Stick with me, kiddo, and you may or may not succeed, because I have a 50-50 problem when I play any video game. I'm either incredible or wet salmon. Oh, this ability. I don't know who that is, but it messes me up. I'm getting detected and stunned and... Oh man, nightmare.
Over there.
Our spike down.
Spike down A.
Sky killed.
I'm gonna try and get around and flank them. It's gonna be tough if they hear me coming.
Spotted A.
Hoping they're being kept busy. Could be a good little cheeky.
Throwing net.
One enemy remaining.
Oh!
Attackers.
Got them all in the net.
Ultimate ready.
1, 2, 3. Must I do everything? 100 Gs. Got an ace. That's it. Forever
Incredible.
preserved. MVP permanently.
Haha, such a good finish.
Whew. Did not expect
Don't
that.
you need me to join? Just keep going on your own. One
How
man
dare
team.
you? You're abandoning ship. I'm inviting now.
Look at that, Jesus. Got his stats.
Stack King. I'll be clipping that out.
Not bad.
Hope I've actually saved it.
Did I join you?
Yes, you've joined. Right, let's do this. Straight into Swift Play. Seems to be looking and running okay video-wise now.
Yeah.
Match found.
So I was playing as Deadlock.
Death is not an option.
That was my last. She's the one with all those that ability I used at the end there. Really powerful. It's you throw it as a grenade and it instantly explodes on impact, and it creates like an area of effect which forces people to crouch, and they get like tethered down for a second. You have to like
cool.
mash to get out of it. It makes them being able to, then the headshot then becomes at the center of your aiming, which is
nice.
really, really powerful. So, I'm gonna see if I can minimize some of the brightness on this thing.
Oh yeah, Shepherd's forehead now.
Yeah, and I'm glowing. Shepherd's forehead. Just like in Mass Effect Legendary Edition. The dynamic contrast is nice. Let's see if that looks any better. I think I'm just going to go for the standard. That's much better. There we go. Yeah, not quite so Shepherd's forehead now, and I think that's helped with my lighting generally.
Who will they cry for once they know they're going to die?
What do I play?
Gotta go.
Jesus. I've also gotten into a bit of a habit, even though I never use it, but when we can buy, like, when we have enough hundos to get a machine gun, I always buy my customary, like, secondary shotgun. Now, it's become like
I
a
always
thing.
get the shotgun with the rifle.
That's right, yeah.
I don't really get machine guns, but I suppose I'll try them out at some point.
Who have you gone as in this one?
Sage, it's a healing Healing class.
Ah, okay.
So I've not had much luck with the ability, so I thought at least if I'm a healing class, I can
Yeah, nice.
do something for the team.
This character also has a one-use. This thing, it's like like a scanner
Listening.
that will detect noise if they walk past it. So it's good if we're getting flanked potentially.
Sound sensor up.
Ah, fuck! I should have.
Oh, they got me as well. I pushed a bit quick there. Jesus, they were so good.
Reloading. Gotta go.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Terrible.
Go away.
God, yeah, we got wiped, didn't we? This is tough. Oh no, Fiddler.
Yeah.
Just that's cocky.
Yeah.
That
Just
Yoru looks pissed all the time. Honestly.
I did
it's
so well.
impressive.
I've got some
Go, go,
money
go.
somehow.
yeah. Some pity doshins to make us feel a little
Yeah.
bit better. Yeah, I think I've putting this in not eye melting brightness, but having this just standard, I think has done the business. It's all just it's been an evening of technical wonkiness, but I feel like I've got it all sorted now.
Yeah.
Up ahead. I'm sorry, I don't know how many times I hit him. He must have like 1 health.
Oh fuck.
You've gone for a full shotty. Oh, that was unlucky.
Spike planted.
Still 3 on 2. Oh,
Terrible.
yeah, he had the advantage there too for so long.
I'm out of here.
I've played as this character, the one that Joker's
Yeah, I
playing
saw
as. Yeah, it's interesting. The
Last
sprinting
player
sort of
standing.
it encouraged me to be a bit more reckless, and I didn't like that. Oh, that was.
One enemy
Jesus.
remaining.
There we go.
My ult's ready.
They must have that
Just
armor.
hitting. Yeah.
Go, go, go.
Oh, maniac. Oh, what? I mean,
Great.
Almost
he's
out.
actively running away from it.
What
Don't
will it
do
be this time?
celebration shotgun
didn't die,
blast.
eh?
Didn't deserve that.
Gotta go.
The main thing.
Got my shorty. Got some range now. Gonna block off this route.
Barrier deployed.
Incoming
Come
from up
up
top
there.
here.
There.
1 up, 1 down. Yeah, nice, good finish. Oh, this.
Down
Oh,
B.
he's right in front. There's a
One
third
enemy
one
remaining.
right in front.
My ultimate is ready.
Yeah, I think he's down now.
How do I use this then?
Your duty is not over. Boy,
Oh, he brought it back to life.
where was I?
I did. It's my job.
Big man. Far side over here.
I hope it counts as 2 deaths if you die.
Reloading.
It does.
I'm out of here.
Actually, I've got so many deaths.
Last
Where
player
do I begin?
Ah, so bad. That's so bad. Be my
Nice.
shorty.
Oh. Here's my spray. I'm gonna shoot it.
Last round in the half.
Save nothing.
Furious. We'll be getting MVP in this one, let me tell you. I've got no kills. I've done nothing. That
Hold up.
resurrect ability is quite something. Is it expensive?
Yeah. That's the ultimate.
Oh, it's the ultimate. Okay, nice.
Yeah. Fair enough. I think.
Oh, what are you doing?
Great.
Oh,
He's died on the
Yeah.
left.
Nice try. Enemy A.
Listening.
Spike down A.
Sensor
On our
tripped.
flank.
I hear you. I catch you. Ultimate
That was my
ready.
sound sensor that picked him up, which was
Nice.
Blocking movement. Barrier created.
nice. Is that your barrier?
Yeah.
Nice. 2 on 2.
Spike planted.
Okay.
Shit.
So
Okay.
it's A.
The danger with rushing to this is we then get caught out. But you've got no
Indeed.
choice. You have to get there. Oh, on the right. On the right up high. Yeah, up there.
One enemy remaining.
Great headshot.
Gotta go there.
Oh,
Yeah.
had no choice.
Switching sides.
Gotta go.
Fuckers.
Don't forget who you are, Omen.
I like the
Man,
barriers. I like,
Not a monster.
for me, I've always been more of a defensive ability person. I like the barriers, the scanners.
Yes, and obviously you being a healer as well. Like, what are your other abilities?
I
You got
don't
your
have
barrier?
I don't have a scanner. Yeah, the barrier. There's like an orb that can slow people down, and then just a healing orb.
Nice.
So if you were damaged slightly, I could.
Well, I just got
Yeah.
some full damage there, if you don't mind doing a healing orb.
I absolutely mind.
Oh. Oh, gosh. Talking about the many advantages of your class that you're not going to use on me.
We go.
Yep.
Pushing up. Up high.
Gecko
Nearly killed me.
down.
Oh, hold on.
There's one more on me.
Listen.
Oh!
Oh, fuck. Shot me through your corpse.
Yeah, I don't actually know how you achieved that. I can hear him.
Good luck.
Oh, I hit his decoy.
Last
Okay,
player
now.
standing.
I don't know what I was thinking.
On the phone kill.
Great. One thing I really like in Valorant is if this happens, he doesn't spawn next round.
Very good. They replace him.
Nope. Oh. Oh! Bye!
No one even picked up the spike. We're a pretty shit team, aren't we?
I know.
Match point.
I survived obliteration. I will survive them.
Never surrender. Don't do it in Rocket League, don't do it in Valorant.
Is anyone doing anything?
Oh, that's a good point though. Who's got the spike? Is it me? Or is it you?
Bow guy.
Go, go, go. Staunch the bleeding.
Oh no, we're back.
Fight back.
Just sit together.
Yeah.
Deploying drone.
Gonna get flanked.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think what's her face is. Oh yeah, one coming behind.
One behind, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm gonna push up and round to the middle. I've got ears on.
Enemy in attack.
Oh, that was shit. Jesus Christ. Got away with that. Got one.
Sound sensor up.
There's one on me.
Coming to you. I've got no
Oh, oh! They killed me so quickly.
Oh, I thought you were the other guy. Just as
One
well.
enemy remaining.
Scanning ahead. Found them.
Oh, nice. Good, good ping there. They're heading towards Joker. Nice.
Nice.
done.
Crucial.
God, I've had an absolutely wet round.
Listen
That
up.
is the device
Kill
we're
them
using to
before
win.
they kill us.
Customary shorty.
Yep. Anyone getting the spike today? Okay.
Need a drop.
Says I, not wanting to get the spike. I've got enough to worry
No
about.
heroics. Follow
Yeah.
protocol.
Be resurrecting me.
So what advantage is there to not
Joke's
having
over!
the
You're
fifth
dead!
player that's not actually playing?
You get that. Oh, 2 on the corner. You do get like an ultimate orb that you can collect.
Carrier down.
Spike
blind.
down B.
Barrier deployed.
Barrier so they can't push up on us.
My ult is ready.
Possibly getting flanked behind. Yep.
One enemy remaining.
One down here. I'm with you. Covering left.
Possibly dead.
Yeah, corner's clear.
Okay. Where's the spike?
Far side over near B. They're probably camping it.
We gotta get it.
Yeah. Gonna head there now. Using stealthy walk.
30 seconds left.
I have the spike.
Let's push it up to B.
Yeah, gotta get it. Gotta get it.
Want to tuck it around the back.
10 seconds left.
Spike planted. Wall raised. Listening. Sound sensor up.
Bind up high up there.
Last player
Oh,
standing.
nice, good
You
finish.
were a bone.
Well
sorry, I
done.
had to die.
No charges.
I can't. Trying to.
They demand a fight.
We
Who
planted
are
it.
we to disobey?
Trying to revive you.
Oh, I thought you were going for the spike. Incredible if you'd waste your ult in that moment. Call you Mikey Spike.
Let's go. Need a drop. Salamat. Thanks.
On me, on the corner.
Pull them to their grave.
Nice finish.
Cost me some life. I'm nearly dead.
Enemy mid.
Keeping them busy behind us.
God, my ultimate. I know that tether thing's really powerful, but if you don't use it in time, it runs out and you can't use it again.
Gonna
Possibly
find-
behind us.
Ah, behind.
Spike down A.
I definitely hit him in the head, so don't know what's going on there.
Enemy spotted mid.
It's all up to them now.
Go, go, go.
And they've both got no health.
And one's running away. Oh, I see what you mean. You're bullying me about my health intel. That took me a moment.
One enemy remaining.
Wow.
Ooh.
Excellent.
Oh, Doctor. They are too far apart, though.
Well, that's a good gun. What gun's that? That Hive 5-4U has got.
Yeah, good point.
Gonna. You're done.
Oh, Jesus.
Sudden death.
What the hell's going on?
Stop back up.
I don't know what must be done. I've not done this before.
This is all new.
Go.
Who's
We're in the end game
Go.
now.
Need a drop. Salamat. Thanks.
Stop asking for
So-
drops.
We have an advantage for being 4 people. Is that what you're saying?
No, definitely not.
Okay.
Only that, you know, we don't have a piddler to babysit and, you know, it's not elongating the rounds. There's no advantage at all. It's terrible.
It is good having a piddler though, because you can tell when the enemy's on your spawn.
Yes, that's true. That is
Push
true.
through any doubt.
Let's put a little sensor here in case they flank through the middle.
Sound sensor up.
Clear on this corner.
Many enemies B.
They're all over it. Spike.
Should we flank? Okay, yeah. Mike, this one on me.
Spike carrier down.
You on?
Spike down
No.
B.
Not yet.
We're in trouble here. 5-1.
Last player standing.
Reloading.
Oh, he ruined me. If you could just do the clutch, that'd be great.
Well, I'm not going to be able to. Not with this gun.
On your left. Behind you, I think. On the left. And also one on the right. You're surrounded.
Omen
Nice.
That was pretty bad. Need to move. Oh shit.
Oh! What a
30
save!
seconds left.
Unbelievable.
Ow.
Behind you.
Barrier created.
Nice. 15 seconds.
I got it.
If you get your knife out, you do run faster, but then
10
you have your gun,
seconds left.
which is just...
Oh, can't go like that, can I? Great.
Oh, man.
Defenders win.
Didn't have a team helping you out, did you?
Well, it didn't matter for you, did it? First time round.
It certainly didn't. Yeah, I mean, 4-10-4 is not a good time. At least you were positive. Right, folks, that's going to wrap us out for System Link tonight. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. If you're checking out the VOD as well on YouTube, you can catch all of our stuff everywhere on the internet at Burly Bird Media. And also come and check out our Discord as well. If you want to find the link to that, go to linktr.ee/BurlyBirdMedia, and you'll find a link to the Discord on there. Mike, thank you again for this evening. Always a pleasure to do
Absolutely.
one of our hosted streams together. And yeah, cheers, folks. We will see you next time.
Have a good one.